You guys ready for this?
Let's go.
Let's just see what happens.
Kirsten. Shoot.
I actually like that. Hey guys, this is the BTS video for the Getaway car, a short film we recently shot this year in Pennsylvania. I just want to show you a little bit how we put this together with a tight budget and a really small crew. So let's jump right in. So what's so unique about this film is it was actually intended to be a wedding entrance film, right? So it was gonna be played at the reception before the bride and groom, who were Kirsten and Will, showed up. So Will's grandfather, Opa, had a bunch of vintage cars, and Kirsten wanted to arrive at the reception in one of the vintage cars. Will called me and said, hey, what can we do to not only give an entrance film that Kirsten was looking for, but also be able to showcase the cars? So I thought about it, and when we were talking, I was like, look, let's do this right. Let's actually sit down and let's work through this and work through the production and figure out a script and make it something that can be really special that you guys can hold on to for years to come.
How about the Bianca?
What worked really well for Kirsten and Will is they didn't have to pretend to be somebody they're not. They were just themselves. The mannerisms, the way they interact with each other, we kept that very true to who they are, and you see that play out on screen, and we loved that.
Kirsten, I've got this.
Chad, one more for safety.
One more for safety. So I want to break down the main lighting setup we used in the Getaway car. So to do this lighting setup, I motivated from the windows that were camera left. And I added a 300 through a light grid to create this bigger, softer wrap around them. But then we positioned them strategically under two skylights. And to enhance the skylights, we used a Titan tube above them at the same color temperature to extend what the skylights were actually doing. So when you're watching the film, it looks like the skylight is lighting them, but it's our Titan tube that's right above them. Hey, tip for you guys at home, always start with your bottom risers, not the top, because you find out when you get here you want to raise it further and it kind of screws you up. But just want to keep it there. Most filmmakers at some point in their career always pay homage to Wes Anderson, and this specifically was done in the Bianca scene where it's very rich, vibrant, low contrast, high saturation, and that was our goal with this from the start. And with this scene, we had to have the car break down, and it did actually break down at one point when we were done filming, which is ironic. Hey, Ryan comes, yeah. But before that, we had Will stall it out and stop at a certain point, and then he pushes the car back up the hill. Will was a trooper and worked with us to make this happen. Will, do you want to push it some more just for fun?
Yeah, I think we got it.
Ryan, I see you in the car reflection.
Oh, crap.
All right. So one of my favorite shots in the film was the iconic scene when Will walks up to the car, the headlights turn on, you hear the sound of the engine roar, and he gets into it, and he's Mr. James Bond himself. I wanted it to be darker, higher contrast, moodier than what we were seeing before. We just had an Aperture 300 outside of the window. I used that to rake across the background on the memorabilia. And then other than that, we just had the ambience of the room, and the headlights were the motivating factor that I just wanted to hit the lens, create this flare, create this cool hero moment for Will.
That is the 2 clips.
Yep.
Doing a little quick car rig.
How nervous are you?
I'm super nervous, but just want to make sure.
How nervous are you, Will?
Never done this. I'm actually not nervous about the suction cups. I'd be nervous about like this ball joint coming loose and it slamming down or something. But
No, you won't have to worry about that. With this scene, I did a car rig on the hood. We used the Matthews car rigging kit for this. When we got it rigged up, we did all the checks. I had focus set, and we were like, all right, let's go out on the road and do this. Come up here and pull off. This right here is good, Ben. I just want to check that shot, and then we'll go from there. Funny enough, I didn't hit record at first when we left the property.
Are you recording?
Yes, this time I'm recording.
Gosh.
Yeah, I'm recording.
Good chat, are you recording?
I'm recording, guys. I hit record. You want me to check again?
You ready?
Yeah, let's go. Just take it easy. And then we realized, okay, you know what? Everything's good. We've done this before. Everything was safe. I was like, all right, Will, time to open it up. Let's go. Great, dude. can work with that too. So a buddy of mine, Ryan, who was a part of the shoot, he brought the idea of like, let's do this lens wacky thing. I've done it before in a music video. I think it'd be a really cool effect. And it's actually where you're taking the lens off of the camera and back on. So it's essentially just like a quick jab. And it's what we did to create that white flaring effect when Will's driving the car, just to add another stylized feel to this. So onto the Bitzer, our third and final exterior car scene. So we were already planning to have a Pro Mist and a Dream Effects filter. We really wanted to create this old school, vintage, 4:3 film-like effect. So we were putting this together and I was rigging this in the garage. I bumped the ISO to 12,800. I can't see, it's so dark, I can't see if it is, Then we went outside. By this point, we were about 8-9 hours in and we still had a lot to capture. There was a lot of things on my mind and I never thought about changing the ISO back down to 800. So instead we just added ND. Anyway, we went and shot and was like, man, this is incredibly bright. So I was like, all right, Will, drive the car down here, drive it back, it's gonna be great. So after they got back, it was when I realized, oh my gosh, this was shot on 12,800 this whole time. Like, what was I thinking? How did I not see this? Thankfully, after I reviewed the footage, I was like, all right, Will, we don't have to shoot this scene again. We have a moment, and that's the moment you see in the film where there's a camera shadow on Kirsten, funny enough. But it was the moment where we had the best exposure. It was a happy accident, and with all the stacked filters, all the things, it really muddied up the image in a way that helped the film overall. How did we get here? That's a good question. So, I don't have an answer right now. I'm so tired. It's been such a long day. So for the final car scene, I wanted the garage to feel different than the garage we shot in earlier. Doing that, we used an Aperture 300 with a gem ball and just warmed it up so it felt different. And then we used the natural light from the sun coming in. So we really didn't have a lot of time to think through what we were gonna do, but honestly, it worked out really well. So we were actually able to be there on the day and capture Kirsten and Will's arrival in the car that they chose, that the reception party was able to watch this first on screen, see their arrival in real time. And then for us to capture this moment, we were able to take it and put it online so people who were not a part of this wedding would understand the context of this film and be able to experience the moment as well.
Let's make this world do everything you say. It's so easy and so wonderful to feel this way, to feel this way.
So we had a lot of fun making this video. I hope you learned something from it. If you like what you saw, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be putting more content like this out soon. Thank you for watching. Can't wait to share more with you.